Hello. So, as promised, we're in 2026, and the goal is really for each month to go through a different chapter of my book, Cracking the C Code. So, the first lesson we're going to cover is the dreaded topic of public speaking. It's a topic that terrifies a lot of people, but without reason, because there are ways that you can become an effective public speaker, and that's part of what I'm going to talk about today. But before we jump into that, just wanted to share a quote. That quote is, "Success in leadership and in business demands the uniqueness of individuality, the valor of courage, and the steadfastness of discipline." So what are some things that you can do in order to become a better speaker? I'm going to give you a few tips, and these are the areas that I'm going to cover. So I'll put 10 topics here. Number 1, conduct research. I'll talk about that. Practice your talk. Number 3, remember your first and last lines. Number 4, leverage body language. Number 5, avoid fillers. Number 6, make eye contact and smile. Number 7, pause dramatically. Number 8, stress key points. Number 9, answer questions. And number 10, polish your delivery. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into each one of these areas and give you some acronyms that you can take to make you a better speaker. So first, we're going to focus on the section before your talk. So when you're preparing, there are certain things that you can do to help ensure you being an effective speaker and delivering your content. Number 1 is to conduct research. It's really important to make sure you're focused on a topic that you're passionate about and that you're an expert at. The worst thing that can happen is talking about something you know nothing about, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on in the slides. Number 2 is practice your talk. So do it over and over again. Each presentation, every talk, every webinar gets better as time goes on. So if you have a big speech coming up, make sure you practice it beforehand with a lower stakes audience. And the last one is remember your first and last lines. If you remember that, you can extemporaneously fill in content in between. So the acronym here is CPR. That's conduct research, practice your talk, and remember your first and last lines. So next up is during your talk. As you're giving your speech, there are certain things that you want to do. Exactly what I'm doing. Leverage body language. So there are certain ways that you can be more inviting to your audience, and certainly you can use your hands to get your point across. There are different things you can do as well. But use body language as a tool while you're speaking. Number 2 is to avoid fillers. We naturally say things like and As much as possible, try to eliminate those. Next one is make eye contact with your audience and smile. Sometimes it helps to walk around, look at different people, but make sure that you are making eye contact and connecting with your audience. And next is pause dramatically. So if there's an effect that you're looking to emphasize or a key point, make sure you pause before you make that point. So the acronym here is LAMP, or LAMP. So leverage body language, things like hand movement, avoid fillers, make eye contact and smile, and pause dramatically. So next up, after you've given your talk and you've been a success, there are other things that you want to do. Allow for questions. That's a great way to engage with your audience. So after you've given your talk, make sure you leave time for the audience to ask questions. And the next is continue to improve. The more you speak, the better you get at it. There was a time when I didn't consider myself to be a very good speaker, but over and over again I spoke, and over time I got better. So of course the acronym here is AC. Allow for questions and continue to improve. Now that you've gotten these things out of the way before, during, and after your talk, there are certain things that you can do in order to continue to make yourself a great speaker. First is casual chats. So before you take the stage, talk to the audience, relax, get to know who you're talking to. Next is stay hydrated. So there's nothing worse than a dry mouth when you're up speaking. So to avoid the dreaded cotton mouth, take a sip either before your talk or even have a bottle of water close by. Next is tuck a mint in. Call it mint magic. So mints help your mouth to water a bit. And once again, that helps to avoid the dreaded cotton mouth. And the next one is breath is life. So while you're up talking, sometimes you might lose your place. Just take a deep breath and catch your place again. And lastly, when you're speaking, it's sometimes helpful to take the attention off you by using visual aids. Things like a book, slides, and others are helpful for visual aids. So in summary, I want to make sure that you are a great speaker, but there are other tools that we're going to focus on, other soft skills. So make sure to follow Universal Mosaic on all of our socials. And I look forward to seeing you at your next talk.